What's up? Wake up, wealth up, everyone. It is Melanie Williams, your mompreneur and deal diva, coming to you again with more valuable vocabulary. Our first valuable vocabulary we did assets versus liabilities. Today we're going to do fees versus expenses. I'm going to give you some definitions. I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm going to give you some information on how you can get on the right side of your financial situation, knowing how these terms work. Fees are defined as a payment to someone in return for services, an amount of money that must be paid, a fixed charge, a sum paid or charged for a service, while an expense is the cost required for something, an offset, an item of expenditure, the amount of money that is needed to pay for or buy something. For fees, examples of fees, you have annual fees, your membership fees for your gym or whatever club that you're associated with. Tuition fees, of course, that's referring to school. Late fees, the fees that we all hate, but we sometimes get. Admission fees, when you buy tickets to go to the shows, those are admission fees. When you go to the museums or other attractions where they have an admission fee. And the worst of all the fees, insufficient funds fees, those things that fund the banks billions and billions of dollars a year on the backs of poor people who just don't have the money in the bank. Then we have expenses. Definition, not a definition, we did the definition. The examples of expenses mostly relate to businesses. You have business expenses, and then you have moving expenses, which too still relates to business, kind of. The IRS says that you can claim a business expense if it is ordinary and necessary. Ordinary meaning it is common and accepted in your trade or business. Necessary meaning it is helpful and appropriate for your trade or business. Moving expenses would be, you rented a truck, you got some movers, and you moved from, one home to the other. But also in job related, say that you live in one state and your job moves you to another state, or you change jobs and it moves you to another state. The expenses you incur moving could be a moving expense that is job or business related. The difference in between fees and expenses: fees, you pay them, you suck it up, there's nothing you can do about those. That's just money gone. But expenses, which y'all heard me say related to business, expenses can be claimed on your taxes. Excuse me, guys. I had a milkshake. Milk doesn't really like me. And when you can claim those things on your taxes, it lowers your tax liability. We learned that word. And that is what you want to have. You want to have expenses as opposed to fees. So many of you watching are probably saying, well, I don't have a business. How can I get, expenses if I don't have a business? Everyone has the potential to have a home-based business. Many of you out there probably are working a business from home and you're just not keeping good records so that you can claim the things that you do for your business at home, so that you can claim it as an expense and be able to write that off on your taxes. But luckily you're watching this and you know me, you've probably watched a few more of my videos, and maybe you have my number. But if not, I'm going to give it to you. My number is 219-302-3634. If you need to know how you can claim what you're doing already and get your paperwork ready so that you can claim expenses and not have those things be fees that you're paying, I want you to text to me expenses right now. It's 219-302-3634. For those of you who do not have a business that you're already doing at home, don't worry. I've got something still for you. Text to me right now the word expenses to 219-302-3634. I hope that I just gave you what's up so you can wake up and get your wealth up. Until next time, that's valuable vocabulary.